You're good to start.
Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to one and all. Welcome to the ITU Club meeting number 209. I am your sergeant at arms for today's meeting, and my name is Ayushi. I'll start the meeting by stating with the mission of our club. Mission of our club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Before beginning the meeting, let me explain some basic rules to be followed in the meeting. I request all of you to put all the noise-making devices into silent mode. I give you 10 seconds to do that. Please clap whenever the control is transferred, or you can use the virtual option to do so. Please check for your audio and video connection before speaking. Please stay muted if you are not on any role which may distract the speaker. Please refrain from speaking on sex, politics, and religion in any derogatory manner. We welcome all the guests today and shall ensure you enjoy today's meeting. With this, I would like to invite President Toastmaster Nishit onto this virtual stage. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Nishit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aishi, and welcome everybody. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. So welcome to our today's meeting, and my name is Nishit. I currently serve as a president of the club, but I am delegating that title to Neha, so you'll start hearing from her starting next week. So for our guest, let me say a few words about Toastmasters. So Toastmaster International is a nonprofit educational organization that teaches public speaking and leadership skills through a worldwide network of clubs. It's headquartered in Englewood, Colorado, and the club's organization's membership exceeds 300,000 and more than 15,800 clubs in 149 countries. It started in 1924, and it has helped people from diverse backgrounds to become more confident speakers, communicators, and leaders. So with that, I'd like to introduce our Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster of the day is Raghu. So please join me in welcoming him. Welcome Raghu to the virtual stage.
Thank you very much, Presiding Officer Toastmaster Nishisha. I still remember the time when I first wrote my project for my MTech, transferring data from one port to other. Isn't communication the same thing? Transferring data from one point to other point. Whether it's two people, whether it's transferring from one endpoint of anything. It can be a web service, it can be a web application, any point of time. It's all about communication, whether it is virtual or whether it is personal, or whether it is human, or whether it is the relation that we talk to or animals or pets that we. It's all about communication, life. But recently I noticed something. We have a WhatsApp group for our society. And there was a message that somebody posted. And then someone immediately posted that it's a fake news. And he also posted something about it, why he thinks it's fake. But the first person who posted felt offended. Second, I noticed is in one of my office communication, I wrote an application, and immediately when I was communicating about it, somebody else emailed me saying that it's in similar lines with his application. It was way back about 6 years. And then I felt offended at that moment, thinking that he was telling that I copied his code. These two instances showed that communication is very important, how we are doing it and what we are talking. It changes from people's ethnicity or the region or many other factors. One challenge I faced when I've traveled in Toastmasters outside my country or outside my comfort zone is people didn't quite understand what I was speaking. When I received one message in one of the club that she didn't quite understand whatever I spoke, that was a distant message apart from others. And that I felt offended that day. But then I thought it is something that I need to work upon. Communication is quite important, necessary for every walk of life. But then it's based upon 3 C's. And we'll talk about it once while we go over through the meeting. Before that, I will introduce the role base for today. The timer for today is Sri Divya, who will help us to know about how we are doing on time and also ensure the meeting is on time. Sri Divya, do you want to explain how you're going to help us today?
Thank you, TM Modi. Good morning, everyone. My name is Shridivya. I am the timer for the day. As a timer, my duty is to time these prepared speeches, the table topics, and the evaluations. Prepared speeches, for prepared speeches, the time varies as per the project, and the evaluator gives the time of that particular role. And these are the, sorry. These are the 3 timer cards that I'm going to show: the green, yellow, and the red cards. So at the end of the session, I'll give you my report. Thank you. Over to you, TM Modi.
Thank you very much, Sri Divya, and also ensuring to make it concise. Next, I invite a Grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Amit, to explain his role and also introduce the word of the day.
Thank you, TM Modi. Hello, am I audible?
Sorry, Amit. Please go ahead.
Thank you, TM Modi. Good evening, good morning, fellow Toastmaster and dear guest. Today, I'll be grammarian. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility is to pay close attention to all speakers and listen carefully to their language uses. I will also be taking notes of any improper language uses as well as any outstanding words or quotes. And as grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day and the idiom of the day. So today's word of the day is souvenir, meaning something that reminds you of somewhere you have been to. Like we can use it in an example like this coffee mug is a souvenir of our trip to Hawaii. Or it could be like, I brought back a menu as a souvenir of my trip. The idiom of the day is cutting corners. It means to do something quickly or badly in order to save time or money. For example, my mom often had to cut corners when we were kids in order to feed all of us. I will also post word and idiom of the day in the chat to take a look at it. Each speaker is encouraged to use word and idiom of the day. I will give my grammarian report when called upon during the evaluation section. Thank you, and over to you, TM Modi.
Thank you very much, Amit. That about the role bearers today. The first C of the communication is important is clarity. Whenever you are trying to send a message or communicating, ensure that you have a central idea and you move around that central idea and try to keep it in your point. No, we cannot become politician and then people don't understand us. For example, there's some typical example I always give is when somebody talks about milking a cow and then talking about stars in the sky and about a boy running on the road. There's no point. We're just going on, and then there's no central idea that trying to give here. You have one point that you want to send through. Written or while you are talking, you need to have a clarity of the central idea and the key message that you're passing on. Next, second thing is connecting with your audience properly. I've seen something like, for example, when I went and gave a speech in a different community club. I belong to a corporate club initial. And then when I went and gave a same speech outside, they found some jargons, especially technical terms like agile and scrum, etc. They didn't quite understand that came as a part of the speech evaluation. Then I found I need to customize my speeches according to audience. So you need to cut short. You need to remove those jargons or technical words. You need to bring that clarity and customize as per the audience that you're going to talk to. And you need to ensure about pronunciation. That is some a problem. Pronunciation and rate of speech when you're talking, because most of people don't understand. I mean, and generally, we tend to run fast and we tend to have effect on pronunciation of our mother tongue or whatever we are practicing it for. End of day, the clarity of the message is important because we are speaking for others to understand, not for ourselves. We'll talk about the second and third C more, but we'll right now go into the speech section. Our first speaker is Toastmaster Umar. Divya, can you show the timer cards and let us see if Umar is able to see the timer cards? Umar, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, sir. I can see
Confirm that you are seeing. Wonderful. Before Toastmaster Umar, let me invite PTM Abhijit to give the speech objectives for Umar.
Thank you, Raghu. Omar's pathway is strategic relationship. This is his level 1, project 3, introduction to body language. The purpose of this project is for Omar to practice using body language to enhance his speech. I will evaluate his speech depending upon his content, his body language, and the impact. Back to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Abhijit. Toastmaster Umar, River of Tears, Toastmaster Umar.
For centuries, mankind has sought peace and salvation. And for centuries, they have used the means of war and violence to attain them. Throughout history, we observe this outrageous irony that is being played out again and again and again. Wars in the name of power, possession, and religion have been carried out for thousands of years. And with a heavy heart, I say that it still does. Powerful people at the top make the rules, and the masses live and die by it. In the end, when the dust settles, they are the ones who lose everything. I seldom ask this question to myself, is this ever going to end? And I know the answer, and deep down, I know you have the same answer, that it won't. As long as there are those who try to divide us, it won't. But that doesn't mean we give up on each other. We turn on each other. Mankind will thrive as long as there are those who hope. Today, we pray for those who are plunged into this atrocity. And at the same time, we wish it never inflicts on us and our children. But who is to say what is to come? The only way we deflect this is by standing together as a single unit. Those who are trying to divide us will come at us with all their might, but it still won't work because at that time, we'll all be together. We have to accept our differences as a society and work together on the common goal of creating an environment which is peaceful and harmonious for us and for the coming generations. United, we will stand tall. Divided, we will lose all. Our prayers are with those who are suffering, for they have seen the river of tears. They have felt the pain of losing a loved one, which I cannot imagine even in my wildest dreams. Mankind is a brotherhood, and I vow to make peace with my brethren. Thank you.
Very much, Toastmaster Omar. See, Divya, was it already 5 minutes? Just checking whether the timer cards are correct. You're on mute.
I don't think it was.
It is 2 minutes, 54 seconds.
Okay. Thank you very much. Now it's time for second speech. Toastmaster Neha. Neha, can you confirm you're able to see the timer cards? Divya, can you go back to white, green, yellow?
I can see yellow, green, yeah.
Great. Fine. Before I call Toastmaster Neha as a speaker, let me invite our speech evaluator, Toastmaster Aparna, to give the speech objectives. Aparna.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raghu. So Neha is going to speak on the pathway dynamic leadership, and that's her level 1 project, 2, evaluation and feedback, and that's her first speech in it. The speech title being Journey Through Life. Timer, please note, the time required would be 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Over to you, Toastmaster Raghu.
Thank you, Aparna. The time will be 5 to 7, 5 green, 6 amber, and 7 red. Toastmaster Neha, Journey Through Life. Journey Through Life, Toastmaster Neha.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. My name is Neha, and I was born in the city of Mumbai, the city of dreams. Growing up, I was a very shy kid and mostly focused on academics and sports and, and music. We were a family of 4. And I was particularly interested in, while at school, I played tennis, I did swimming, and I was involved in a multitude of sports. And while growing up, I trained in Indian classical music, and that is where most of my focus was on music for many number of years. And after my schooling and high school, I did my undergrad in Mumbai as well. And then later on, I came to US for my master's. And that was a sudden change in my life because before I came to US, I always lived in a protected environment at home with friends and family around all the time to take care of me. So when I came here, it was basically doing everything by myself. And sorry, I think I'm done. Sorry, I was not prepared today. So, I didn't get time to prepare. So it's not a prepared speech at all. So I think I'll postpone it to next week.
Perfectly all right, Neha. Don't
Yeah.
stress
No
about
problem.
it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry
Fine.
because I tried to
No,
make
that's all
it.
right.
But
It's all right.
I didn't.
Neha, don't apologize. Perfectly all right. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Back to you.
No problem,
Toastmaster.
Neha. Perfectly all right. It's time to go to impromptu section of table topics. But before that, let us understand the second C of communication. It is about keeping your message concise. Concise, where you keep the message short. Don't brag a lot. The lesser you speak, the more effective your message is. It doesn't mean that you just keep mum. The choice of words that you make should express the message clearly and entirely. Avoid filler words. Try not to speak something and then you are not in line with what you speak, or when our mind is not able to keep track of what we are speaking, that is when we start speaking the filler words. Try to keep calm and try to talk slowly. Ensure that you're not having any filler words, because that shows that you are not comfortable and not confident enough. When it is written communication, formatting matters a lot. Formatting in the sense, what you are trying to stress the message on in bold or colored, or the action to be taken in points 1, 2, 3, 4. And you keep it in points. And when you're talking, try to have the vocal variety. Try to stress on those pointers that you want to send it across to the audience. When you add the vocal variety, the people tend to get the message or the emotions that you're attaching to it. And when you're saying 1, 2, 3, and trying to stress those points, repeating them, that is when the audience will remember those for a very long time. You need to ensure to repeat the key points, takeaways, whether it is your speech or your email, and that will send a message in clarity and same time being concise. With that note, let me invite the table topic master of the day, Toastmaster Kalpana.
Greetings of the day, everyone. Am I audible? Thank you. So we are at the interesting segment of Toastmasters known as impromptu segment. So today I'm going to tell you, as we interact to the theme, I always feel that our emotions are one of the ways to communicate. For example, if I'm saying, good evening, definitely that shows that you am angry. And if I say, good evening, it shows that I am in good mood today. So today's table topics, I'm going to give you a topic and an emotion attached to that topic. You have to show me your vocal variations to that topic and talk for at least 1 to 2 minutes. Timer will show green card on completion of 1 minute, yellow card on completion of 1.5 minutes, and red card on completion of 2 minutes. So hope everybody is ready. May I have volunteers, please? Anyone who want to go first? Okay. Yes, I see Umar. Okay. Umar, can you unmute yourself? Yes, thank you. Umar, your topic is, Umar, can you confirm you are able to see the timer cards?
No, I cannot see the timer cards.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see the timer cards.
Thank you, Divya. Umar, your topic is my best friend and your emotion is anger. My best friend emotion is anger, Toastmaster Umar.
My best friend is the best thing that has happened to me. My best friend, he sticks with me all the time. He never leaves me alone. My best friend, whenever I'm sad, whenever I'm down, he kicks me, but then he brings me up. That is what my best friend is. I don't think I can live without my best friend. He's a pain, but I don't think I can live without him. He's there with me through thick and thin, and I don't get it. He's ridiculously stubborn. I want to carry around him like a souvenir with me. That is my best friend. That is who he is. He's been with me since 13 years and will be with me for the coming years. That is my best friend. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
That was a souvenir speech, Toastmaster Mohammed. May I now request guest Eric to please take up the topic? Eric, can you unmute yourself?
You're still on mute, Eric.
Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect. So, Eric, I hope you understood the concept. I'll give you a topic and an emotion. You have to speak as per that emotion.
Okay.
Okay.
But you're you're getting me right in the, out of the blue. Okay, I'll try my best.
Don't worry. This segment is for getting in onto the spot without knowledge and doing our best. Don't worry. So, Eric, your topic is guest Eric. Your birthday emotion is sadness. Your birthday sad emotion. Guest Eric.
I'm sorry, I didn't get it.
Okay, you have to speak about your birthday in sad emotion. Something. Maybe someone would have forgot it. Or
my
yes.
Birthday.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So my birthday, it's 11th of November, 1981. And I'm originally from El Salvador. Usually at that day, my mom worked for the U.S. Embassy. So she had free that day. And it was awesome because I had the chance to be with my mom and had a big nice party, and I like it a lot. It was not sad. He was Veterans Day though, right? Something that was sad. It was I was like 7 years old, and by that moment, in El Salvador was an offensive it was a war that we had internally, and it started on the 11th of November. So everybody at home, we were waiting for the party. It was a Saturday, but nothing happened because it was a lot of guns everywhere, and so I couldn't celebrate that birthday. It was sad. I wish I could have a souvenir of that day, but I don't. And we had to cut corners to get to home soon. And that's my story.
I think, Eric, this is one of your memorable birthday, and above all, you could get to spend with your mother. So I'm happy for you. And let me tell you, November 11th is one of the most beautiful women on earth, Aishwarya Rai, an Indian actress birthday. So I could remember this.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. So next, I would like to ask Nishit, would you like to nominate yourself for the table topic?
Sure.
Okay. So Toastmaster Nishit, your topic is second chance and your emotion is happiness. Second chance, happiness, Toastmaster Nishit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kalpana. Second chances, they're often hard to come by. I can actually pinpoint a lot of different, well, not a lot. It would be hard to come by if it was a lot, but there are a few times where I have been lucky enough to get second chances. And usually it fills me with sense of excitement and happiness and the days to come, right? So one of the things was I lost my job back in January of 2020. So this was right before pandemic started. And I was okay at that point because I still had a good degree and I had time and I was okay, except for in March of 2020, pandemic started and everything was hopeless. I could not find a job for a long time. And there was a lot of people behind me that were also looking for jobs in like millions. So for me, I must have applied to thousands of different places. Maybe that's exaggerating a little bit. Maybe hundreds of different places. Interviewed at 20 or so companies, and I couldn't get anywhere until in August when I did get my current job. And that's when it really felt like I was given a second chance. And I'm still holding on to that job because this job has been great for me, even through my past experiences, everything that I've learned, I've been able to take it with me in this job. And it really feels like I was given a second chance to succeed. And this job is the vehicle for me to get to where I want to go. So yeah, the second chances always fill me with happiness. Back to you, Toastmaster Kalpana.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nishit, for sharing that information. uh, Neha, would you like to attempt for a topic?
Toastmaster
Yeah.
Kalpana, we had Tejas raise his hand before that.
Okay, thank you. So Tejas, I can see you. Can you check your audio?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, perfect. You're audible. Tejas, your topic is my online purchase and your emotion is sadness. My online purchase with sadness and guest Tejas.
You see this anxiety, this stress, that's how I used to get when I had to make an online purchase. And you all must be like, wait a sec, you're at the comfort of your home, you don't even have to go out. Then what's the stress all about? See, the thing is, if I go to a store, you got a good salesman there who's like, these are the 3 or 4 options, and you can choose from these. But at home, we've got Amazon. And that Amazon gives me 15 options on the first page, 15 options on the second page, and 15 options till the 15th page, and probably 15 options till the 150th page. And I'm like, which one should I buy? Oh man, this is a nice headache. The reason I say it's a nice headache is because we have the luxury of so many options, but it's a headache for me. How do I choose which is the better phone? What if I buy a phone for 25,000 today, which appears to be a good deal, but tomorrow it goes on sale for 15,000? I'm like, I wasted 10,000 rupees. Oh man. See, what if I buy the phone for 25,000 and then a 75,000 phone goes on discount and is selling for 30,000? I'm like, I missed a good deal. Oh man. What if a new model comes out? The next day I buy the phone. These perfectionist tendencies have gotten me into a lot of trouble. And I try to get out of them. But oh man, the angst I've got inside of me when I'm making an online purchase is still there a little bit. And I'm trying to work on it, but it's terrible. So while some people think that you can get things at a click of a button, I don't think so. It's a headache, it's a hassle, and I would request you all to go to a store and experience being sold to by a good salesman. It's fun, it's enjoyable, and you'll have the time of your life. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Kalpana.
Thank you, Tejas. Tejas, are you a Toastmaster?
Yes. I just joined 3 weeks back, Toastmaster Khargar in Mumbai.
Oh, okay, that's great. So let me tell you, this time you have money, you want to buy, invest in gold rather than phone, then you will get all your returns back, and people around you also will be happy. Next, may I request Neha to please unmute herself? Neha?
Yes. I'm
Yes.
muted.
Okay. Neha, your topic is best birthday gift and the emotional happiness. Best birthday gift and happiness, Toastmaster Neha.
Thanks, Kalpana. Uh, so one of the best birthday gifts that I had was during my last birthday. My birthday is on 21st August. And last year, when I got home, first of all, it was a surprise for me. So my roommates, they took me out for a drive and they said, we will celebrate your birthday, just the three of us, because all our other friends ditched us. They cannot make it today. So we went for a drive. It was the night before my birthday. So generally, until now, I've always celebrated birthdays at 12 a.m. So that has been a tradition so far. So we went on a drive, and then when I came back, it was pitch dark. And then when I switched on the lights, all my friends were there, and the hall was fully decorated. And since they know I'm into music, everything, all the decorations were made up of, basically they were symbolic of some instrument or jingles. So it was a pleasant surprise for me. And on top of that, some of my friends, instead of giving the standard watch or chocolates or cake, one of my friends gave me a pass for the Great America Park. So I felt that was very innovative because I've never been to that park, the water park. And it came as a surprise because 3 days before my birthday, some third person asked me, who was a common friend, that is it a good idea to go to the park? Is it a good park? The Great American Park. So I had mentioned to her that not really. I haven't been there, but I've heard that it's nice. And then they asked me what would be better, Six Flags or the Great America Park. So I had mentioned Great America Park. Actually, that was, a trick question because they were deciding whether they should give me a pass for Six Flags or for Great America Water Park. So I got that pass, and then I went to the Great America Water Park, and it was a surreal experience for me. And that was one of the best birthdays that I ever had. Thank you.
Thank you, Neha, for sharing it. And I have the last one. Aparna, would you like to go?
I'm sorry to interrupt table topic master. We don't have time for now. We need to move on and then to end the meeting in time. Thank you.
Thank you. So I give the control back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Kalpana, for a nice table topic session. It's just like a hot coffee in the morning today. Talking about the last C is consistency. You cannot keep changing your sides like people jumping the parties in politics. We are taking a side today, talking about something else tomorrow, and something else day after tomorrow. You will lose respect. People will not try to understand what exactly you are conveying. For example, if I say, I believe in God, God exists today, and then tomorrow I said, God doesn't exist, I don't see him. And day after tomorrow, I take another side. People start not believing, especially this happened when I went and told my father that I want to marry so-and-so girl. But till then, I was just talking about the girls who are in my life. And then my dad never took me serious. That's what happens. So you need to be consistent on what you're talking, and then people start believing you. The fourth and an invisible C is courteousness. You should respect people. When you respect people's time, when you respect people, they know that you are there to listen to them. And that is when they also start listening to what you're saying. This will ensure that your message is being passed across the masses. That is how, if you are seeing the major leaders across worldwide, how behave, and that is how we're able to remember their speeches. Whether it is Mahatma Gandhi or Martin Luther King, every speech that powerful today, all those leaders are always respected. And that was, you can see that message in their speeches. Before closing, I want to bring it to your notice that all these 4 C's is what you learn to Toastmasters, don't we? Whether it is having a central idea in your message, speech, a second, when you just get over those filler words as part of an encounter. And third thing is consistency through our excellence. Last is respect, which is a core value of Toastmasters. Let us all together learn these C's and ensure our seamless communication in our life. With that note, let me start the main part of any Toastmaster meeting, which is evaluation. Let me invite a speech evaluator for first speech, DTM Abhijit, for evaluating the speech of Umar. Abhijit.
Thank you, Raghu. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, and especially you, Omar. Omar, your speech reminded me of the current war going on between Ukraine and Russia. And I really feel sad for the loss of innocent people. There are many good things about your speech. I'm going to specify 2 of them and the best thing about your speech. The first thing I really enjoyed was the comfort level which you were speaking. When you're speaking with that comfort level, it becomes easier for me to relate to you because my attention is just on you. I really enjoyed some of the gestures which you used, because one of the gestures, when you said deflect at a single point, I really liked that gesture because it made the impact for me. The second gesture when you used was the common goal, because it helped me to understand what you're trying to say. The things you could do effectively in your speeches, whenever you are speaking, I make sure that your vest and above is visible so that your hands are above your screen so that we can see them very easily. The second thing is we communicate with our eyes. Make sure your eyes are visible, because sometimes if you have a blue screen in your eyes, we cannot see you. And if we cannot see you, we cannot connect at that deeper level. When we give a speech, the 2 things I've always looked for is what is the message in the story and what is the story, what is happening. So if you can go deeper into why you wanted to share this speech, I'm looking for that message. So we want to make sure that we share that message at least once or twice so that it really lands on us. I enjoyed the best thing about the speech was your enthusiasm and passion. When we speak with passion and enthusiasm, it is impactful for the audience. So it landed on me what you were saying. Overall, to make your speech more effective, one thing is make sure your eyes are visible and your gestures are above the frame so that we can see it. Share your message twice or thrice so that it lands upon us with a full story. Things you did effectively were your gestures for common goal and deflection. I really enjoyed your comfort level, and the best thing was your enthusiasm and passion with which you spoke. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Abhijit. Our second speaker was Toastmaster Neha. Aparna will evaluate her speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raghu. Neha, I think while you did start, I would want to share a couple of things with you. Okay, I would want to share a couple of things with you. I love that calm composure that you have. And I was waiting eagerly to hear 2 things in that short duration that I want you to perhaps look at is bringing in, even if we did forget or where we had a discomfort, just expression. Since you were doing a backdrop in the pandemic time today, you started off with Mumbai, and maybe that backdrop would have been the sea link as a bridge versus the bridge that I see there, since we're using that, and that's our limitation in today's world. And the second part of it, in expression and body language, in terms of both the eyes working and the language working. I was born in Mumbai, the dream city, right? It was a little more dream would have worked in those eyes. I would want to just add, or rather close with this, that the way I mentioned at the start, the calm composure, one, and two, the fact that even though you weren't prepared, you didn't drop out. I truly appreciate that courage of conviction with which you took on that role that was given to you. You could have backed out. You didn't. You hung in there, and I think that is kudos to you for having stood there. Tremendous courage. I'm so inspired by it. Today it's going to make my day. So thank you, Neha, and I look forward to evaluating another speech for you the next time. Back to you, Toastmaster Raghu.
Thank you for such a motivating evaluation of Karna. As I always say, you bring the sunshine wherever you go. Let me invite the meeting evaluators today. Let me call Toastmaster Amit to give the Grammarian report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raghu. So the word of the day is used by Toastmaster Omar and Toastmaster Eric. Idiom of the day is used by Toastmaster Eric. And let me mention a few outstanding words that I see is being used in our meeting. That is concise, intact, thick and thin, out of the blue, pinpoint, exaggerating, hassle, surreal, or deflect. I could not see not good use of languages. Apologies if I missed any good or bad use of language, or even if I missed someone speaking word and idiom of the day. So over to you and back to you, Toastmaster Raghu.
Thank you very much, Amit. Let me call Sridivya for the timer report.
Thank you, dear Modi. So, prepared speeches, the prepared speaker, Umar took 2 minutes 54 seconds, and Neha, for Neha, it is 1 minute 45 seconds. Coming to the table topics, for Umar, it is 57 seconds, and Eric, 1 minute 58 seconds. Nishit, 1 minute 56 seconds. Tejas, 2 minutes 28 seconds. Neha, 2 minutes 27 seconds. Coming to the evaluation session, Abhijit, it is 2 minutes 20 seconds. For Aparna, it is 1 minute 45 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Divya. Thank you all today for participating in the meeting and ensuring to play your role to the best. I want to summarize. Remember these 3 C's to make your message clear, and whether it is written communication or the way that you speak. Clarity. Clarity in your message and have a central idea. Second one is concise. Keep your message concise and also get through the R's and Ums that you use, the filler words. Third one is about consistency. Try to be consistent in what you are communicating. That is when people will start taking you seriously. Fourth, unseen is where you are courteous or give respect to people. That is when people will take your message more seriously. Ensure you follow these C's and have a proper communication. And proper communication or effective communication is the key to success of your life, professional or personal. I wish you all the best, and I move the control back to the presiding officer today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raghu. And thank you everyone for participating for another pretty productive session, I would say.